So there are many restaurants and bars out there that now serve fried chicken just like KFC. But how do they compare, and are they any good? Well, today I'm going to be trying them both out to see who's best. So let's start off first with KFC. So KFC is known as the place to go for fried chicken and the #1 choice for many people. But will that change after today? You'll have to wait and find out. I personally am a big fan, so don't need any excuse to eat KFC or fried chicken in general, so can't wait to dig into this comparison. Let's head in. The meal I'm going for today is the boneless banquet, and I'm going to take it as it comes and not make any changes to the order, as you can remove, add and switch various items to suit your liking. I'm just going to go with the standard order. While I wait for it to be prepared, let's have a look at the inside of this KFC. I have to say, a lot of fast food places have upped their game when it comes to the decor of the inside of their venues. They've all recently been modernised and feel airy and bright, and thinking about it, have some sort of wooden decoration. I think that helps with making it feel more welcoming. Right, so here is the boneless banquet meal I ordered. There's quite a few different items included, so let's have a closer look at exactly what you get. You get a soft drink of your choice, a pot of gravy, a small box of popcorn chicken, a portion of fries, some spicy supercharger mayo, and 3 mini fillets. Let's dig in. I'm going to start with having a quick drink. I went with a Pepsi Max, and is it just me or have they now started using a more classic colour scheme? Pepsi Max usually comes in a black cup. Anyway, let's give it a taste. Nice. I'm going to begin the meal with the chips. It looks to be a bit of a small portion, but the recent change is that they now come with seasoning on them, which is a great addition as they can be a bit plain just on their own. Let's see how these taste. Delicious. The chips here don't have much of a crunch, in fact no crunch at all. They're more soft and flimsy. They come with skin on and have nice colouring on them. The inside is soft and you get the flavour of the seasoning. It's kind of peppery. I think it's similar to Cajun style taste, so probably some paprika in there. It's nice though. I need to try one out dipped in the gravy. It's nice and thick and gives a perfect coating on the chip. Sometimes it can be runny, but today it's spot on. Let's give it a try. Fantastic. You get that intense KFC seasoning flavour along with a salty chicken flavour too. It's thick in texture as mentioned, and I think it needs to be like this to get as much gravy coated on a chip as possible to enjoy the most flavour possible. So spot on today. While we're doing sauces, let's try out the spicy supercharger mayo too. I don't think I've had this before. I usually just stick with the gravy. I've got a good bit of it on the chip. Let's try it. Very nice. The mayo is thick and creamy, definitely has a bit of a kick to it, and maybe some Cajun spices in there too. Let's move on to the popcorn chicken. You get a small box in this meal, although I think you can go large to get more. In this box, I guess you probably get about 10 pieces. I've got one of them here, let's eat it. Delicious. There's a slight crisp to the outside, but only slight. You get the flavour of the seasoning, which I find is more peppery than the normal chicken. The chicken itself is soft but meaty at the same time. It looks like breast meat they're using, colour and texture. They're good little bite-sized pieces to snack on. I have to try it dipped in the gravy though, because when you have gravy available, every item needs to be dipped into it. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So this is popcorn chicken with gravy. Amazing. I may as well try it out with the spicy mayo too. Mayo is one of those sauces that really goes well with chicken, no matter what flavour it is. I think the creaminess really complements the flavour of chicken. Let's try it. Fantastic. Okay, I think it's time for the main event of this meal, the mini fillets. You get 3 in a portion. They have the classic KFC original recipe seasoning on them, and they're a decent size too. I usually do find them a little on the saltier side when I've had them previously, but when you pair them up with something, it's normally okay. I've probably got the biggest one out of the 3 here. Let's give it a try. Nice. The outside is a combination of crispy and soft, but when you bite into it, you get a good amount of crunch. You get the salty flavour of the seasoning, more salty than the seasoning on the big pieces of chicken I find. The meat on the inside is soft with a nice meaty chew. You can tell it's chicken breast meat from the colour and texture, but it's not too dry, which sometimes it can be. Let's try it out dipped in the gravy, as this is how you're meant to eat KFC. How amazing does that look? Let's just go straight in and eat it. Delicious. I have to try it out dipped in the spicy mayo too, as spice is another one of those flavours along with mayo that really complements chicken. So if you're putting mayo and spice together, it should work perfectly. Let's see if it does. Amazing. And to round off the meal, it's combo bite time. This first one is the mini fillet, the seasoned skin on chips, dipped in the KFC gravy. Here it goes. Delicious. Again, I've got to do it with a spicy mayo too, and add in the flavours of creaminess with a spicy kick. This one should be great. Fantastic. And for the ultimate bite, everything on the plate. The mini fillet, popcorn chicken, chip, and a dip into both sauces. Now this should be a special bite. Let's do it. Incredible. I think just ordering the boneless banquet meal as it comes without making any changes to it is the way to go. All the flavours work well together, and you can just make endless combos mixing up the sauces. And that's exactly how I finished off this meal, trying out various combos of each item, which helped keep each bite different from the last. What a great meal that was. KFC gravy is always the best thing to get, no matter what you order. So the total cost of that meal was £8.99. Let's move on next to the restaurant bar version. So the restaurant I'm going to is more of a bar. It's called the Alchemist, and going by that name, it specialises in drinks, but it does do food as well. This one is located in the Light Shopping Centre in Leeds and is on the top floor. Let's head in. The inside is split into 2 areas, a more casual drinks bar area and a more restaurant food area. I sat in the food area, which is really bright and open thanks to the floor to ceiling glass windows, letting in loads of natural light. The menu is a moderate size with some pretty fancy sounding dishes like tempura hake, duck salad and a French dip steak sandwich, which I might have to come back and try out another time. Because today I'm going for the chicken in a basket. I also just want to point out the salt and pepper shakers. They're presented in these scientific beakers with a cork in the top and a hole in the middle to shake out the salt and pepper, which I thought was a nice touch, as this place is known for their wild and showy cocktail concoctions. I stuck with something more simple, a Diet Coke, which came in one of the tallest glasses I've ever seen. It's probably a foot tall. Anyway, let's have a quick drink before the food arrives. Okay, so here is the chicken in a basket meal I ordered, presented in a chicken shaped basket no less. Let's have a closer look at exactly what's included. You get a small portion of coleslaw, some chips underneath, buttermilk fried chicken, which I can't wait to try, and a pot of maple and bourbon barbecue sauce. Let's dig in. I'm going to start with the chips. You get a decent portion, probably similar to KFC or maybe a little more. They're a good golden colour and they come already salted. Let's see how they taste. Delicious. The outside is crispy as soon as you bite into it, really crispy in fact. Maybe they've been twice or triple cooked to get them like this, and you get a good fried potato flavour. The inside is soft and fluffy and maybe a more looser potato texture, but overall it's a great chip. I have to try one out dipped in the barbecue sauce. The menu says it's a maple and bourbon barbecue sauce, which sounds like a great combination of flavours. Let's see if the taste matches. Amazing! The sauce is sweet and smoky. You definitely get the bourbon flavour in there as you can taste the alcohol, but the maple sweetness really smooths it out. The texture is thick and sticky, making it perfect for coating anything that's dipped into it. This is probably one of the best barbecue sauces I've had for a while, and I can see myself dipping everything in this meal into it for sure. But before I do that, let's try out the coleslaw. It's got the usual coleslaw veggies in it, but I think cut a little finer into smaller pieces. I can see some coriander in there too. Let's try it. Nice. You get a crunch from the veg as soon as you bite into it, probably a softer crunch than usual as the veg is cut finer. The flavours are great though, especially the onion and coriander. They really shine through. And I'm not totally sure, but maybe it has some coconut in there too, as you do get a bit of that sweetness and taste. Okay, I can't wait any longer. I just have to get a quick combo in there before I try out the chicken. I've got the crispy fried chip with a bit of that fragrant crunchy coleslaw. Let's eat it. Fantastic. Right, it's time for the chicken. You get 4 pieces in this meal and it's a buttermilk fried chicken, so I think that should make it more tender. They're a decent size too, although a little smaller than the KFC ones. The batter looks to be fried perfectly judging by the golden brown colour of it. There's only one thing left to do, eat it. Amazing! The outside is crispy as soon as you bite into it, but only a subtle crunch. It does taste a little creamier or smoother, so a more rounded flavour. The chicken on the inside is soft and tender, not dry at all. The texture is meaty and you can see just how thin the batter is on the outside, so the chicken is actually chicken rather than beefed up batter. I have to try it out dipped in the maple and bourbon barbecue sauce. There's no way this is not going to be a tasty bite with all those great flavours going on, so let's just eat it. Incredible. And that leads perfectly onto combo bite time. The first one is the same as the last, but with a crispy chip adding some crunch and fried potato flavour. Here it goes. Amazing. I'm switching to knife and fork for this next one as it involves the coleslaw. So I've got the chicken and the chips, and the coleslaw is just going to add that bit of freshness to the bite. Let's do it. Delicious. And for the ultimate bite, everything on the plate. I've managed to get it all onto my fork. A quick dip in the barbecue sauce too. This is going to be epic. Let's do it. Incredible. What a great meal and presentation too. The chicken shake basket that it comes in is a nice touch and makes it feel a bit more special. It definitely has that wow factor when it's brought to your table, and it has the food to match. There is one problem though, and that's that it's a bit difficult to eat out of, especially with a knife and fork, which you kind of have to do with the coleslaw. But I didn't let it get in the way of me enjoying this meal with combos all the way to the end. What a great meal that was. The barbecue sauce was delicious. So the total cost of all that food was £19. So which was the better chicken? Comment down below which one you preferred. So for me, everything tasted better at the bar. From the chicken to the chips, the sauce, and even the coleslaw. But it was twice the price. And I don't think it was twice as good. So for me, KFC takes it. Okay, if you liked the video, click on the thumbs up icon below and click on subscribe to come along for the next food journey, and I'll see you there.